Hello and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Capril. No fake props, actually real coffee today. And no, I haven't gone hippie on you. The shirt I'm wearing, let me move the mic here, it's from the Williamson County Animal Center. And as I believe I've shared with you in the past, I'm a volunteer there and I spend a lot of time there. In fact, I just got back this morning, primarily walking dogs. It's what I do. It's a really rewarding hobby, if you will. Some people say, "Don't you want to bring all the dogs home?" No, I don't. There are a few I do, for sure, but they're not all of them. But what's really great about this place is they place 97% of the dogs every year. So just as you're getting attached to one, they're finding a home, which is really great. And the volunteers I work with are fabulous. The reason I'm wearing the shirt today, though, is later in the day, I'm going to be organizing at the local farmers market a meet and greet for the center and the dogs. So I'm setting up a canopy tent, and I'll have two of the dogs there, puppies in this case. So people will be like, "Oh," and we'll have all kinds of things to promote the center, promote adoption, etc. So that's why I'm dressed this way. All right, today I want to talk to you about the philosophy of Stoicism. Now, when I think of the word Stoic, I usually think of somebody who is very unlike me, non-emotional. I try to be non-emotional. My wife's always like, "They know you're pissed off." Anyway, Stoicism is a great philosophy, and you'll understand in just a second why I feel it's important to share this with you. All right, so let me read you one definition of it. Stoicism is focusing on things that are in your control, overcoming negative emotions, living in the present moment, helping others for the common good, and finding opportunity in every obstacle. As I read the book, one of the best examples was the author was talking about an uncle of his who had been diagnosed with cancer. And he asked him, are you worried? And he said, "No, because I can't control it." Now that's Stoicism at the ultimate level. But the reason I'm sharing this with you is, as I've often said, I often think my job as a financial advisor is more as an emotional coach than it really is as a numbers guy. I mean, numbers are important, but emotions can get in the way. And I've seen it happen many, many times, and it's caused some bad problems for people. They either get really emotional about something that they think is going to happen, they get worried about the election, the news of the day, the stock market, whatever. It's all beyond your control. And if you look back, usually what we thought was bad never really happened. We don't know what the future is going to be, and yet too often that's where our thoughts are. We need to bring them back into the present. And as more and more I read about Stoicism, I was like, this is my philosophy. And the reason it works, if you take the time to practice it, is that your brain, again, can only hold one thought at a time. I say again because I say that often. You can only hold one thought at a time. You can't hold two or three. So if you purposely think of something that's positive or good, whatever, you will be more calm. You will be more at peace. This is why prayer works well for a lot of people, because you're in a quiet moment having a conversation with God. This is why meditation works well for a lot of people, where you are just sitting quietly and you're focusing on your breath. With the philosophy of Stoicism, as these situations come up, you're A, not going to let them bother you, and B, you're still going to find pleasure in the moment, because it's all a matter of how you want to control your thoughts, the choices that you make. I always like to point out to my family, especially when they're complaining about something, that these are what I would call often first world problems. We're complaining about stuff that's really not that big of a deal. Came back from vacation and one of our bags didn't arrive for like a week. I never missed it. It's like, all right. But my wife was really upset. I'm like, it's beyond your control. And guess what? It arrived. But you know what? Even if it hadn't arrived, so what? My life wasn't going to be changed. It was full of dirty clothes. All right, it's inconvenient. Maybe we'd have to replace them. But truthfully, I wasn't even sure what was in the bag because I really wasn't missing much. So that's what Stoicism is all about. As it relates to being an investor, again, you control what you can, control what you can, and don't worry about stuff that you can't. And what's going to happen in equity markets, and government. Here we have an election coming up. I think there's a debate tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. It's beyond our control. Try not to worry about it. Find pleasure in the moment and remind yourself. We've been through far worse before. All right. So if you want more information on Stoicism, you can reach out to me. I'll be happy to send you some book ideas. But it is a great philosophy, and I think it can be very helpful in maintaining a great peace of mind. Take care.